everybody. Welcome to my live tonight, or welcome to the replay if you're tuning in a little bit later. That's awesome. We love replay watchers. Let me know you're here by saying hello or telling me hashtag replay when you're watching my replay. Tonight we are going to do a special project. Hey Jennifer, hi Michelle. So I'm doing this technique now. A long time ago I did a similar technique, and it has been a while, so I wanted to kind of bring it around again and show everybody. I'm going to do a welcome home board, but after I do my welcome, I'm going to do a pattern on the home. So I'm going to do my home and then I'm going to do a pattern on it. So it'll be a little different for everybody. Hope you had a really awesome, hi Angela, hi Amanda. I hope you had an awesome Monday. It was like, you know, living the dream for me, I'll tell you that much. So my board is waxed, so I am not going to fuzz this. It should be, I'm just going to kind of lay it there to see. Okay, that looks pretty good, so I'm going to stick it down. Let's start in the middle. Now this has been used quite a few times. It is a popular transfer. Making welcome boards is, you know, an easy generic kind of thing to do. They're great housewarming gifts if you know anyone who's moving into a new home or building or anything. Hey Tammy. So on this particular board that I have, I love the color sand with it because I distress this and I just think the color looks fabulous. Now I'm going to stir this up a bit, as we usually do. And you want to make sure it gets to a nice, kind of like a thick yogurt consistency, like a Greek yogurt to be specific. And anything that's too thick that you're like really cranking to stir, you probably want to give just a little spritz of water, a spray. Do one spray at a time till you feel one spray and then stir it up, then another spray and then stir it up till you feel it's in a good place, ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop some. This is a little chunky. Man, I'm going to have to open up some new sand. But don't worry, even if it's a little chunky, it will smooth out. You see that? It's smoothing out just beautifully. If you have little chunks, make sure, I'm sorry, some of us, we all have a little bit of chunky in us. Make sure that you don't leave any chunks on the screen. You want to make sure they're all scraped off, because sometimes the older chalks get, the more they dry out, and then you have to just kind of like clean them up, add a little water, and like this chunk, I could just throw that away. Doesn't need to go back in. But I'm just going to get all of my lines off of here, make sure it's nice and smooth, looking good. Make sure my bottoms look good, and then I'm going to peel. Awesome, looks great. So I'm putting this in my water. That will get all cleaned up. And then that is a very well loved transfer. So we have a few little the tiniest little dings, like right here. I'm just rubbing it off. Just a few tiny areas. Not hardly anything at all. In fact, you guys probably wouldn't even have noticed. But since I'm right here in front of it, I can see. It's just the tiniest little bit. This is probably the worst one right here. So what I'm going to do is get a tiny bit of water and just kind of like activate that chalk. So I got it a little bit wet, and now I'm wiping it away. I want to maintain the integrity of the shape of the W. There. So I'm going to let that dry on its own. Everything else looks pretty good. This little bit of C. Okay. I'll set that aside. And I'm going to dry it so that I can easily get my home down here and then do my other stuff. So I want especially my L, because this is where my transfer will be. And I'm just going to keep moving this as much as I can. And this is all dry to the touch, so it should be great. Give it a minute to kind of air out. Now I'm going to bring in my home. Home is from a totally different transfer set. So set this over here. It's so good to be home. That's what this one is from. If you can't find it online, let me know. I have plenty in stock. So I'm just going to get this down. Again, this is also a very, very loved transfer. Oh, goodness. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Christy and Amber. Hey, Jessica. Hi, Kendra. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. I'm happy to be doing chalk now. Work my day job, and then I just can't wait to get home and play and catch up on everything that I've been doing all day. Okay, so I feel pretty good. Remember, this adhesive on the back of this is a pressure to sensitive, so if you go over it with your finger, and I highly recommend you use your hands when you're flattening this out. Tools can be too harsh, and they actually can scrape that adhesive onto your board, which is never a good thing. Shannon, my goodness gracious, you tell me what size, because we have all kinds of sizes, baby. All kinds. This one isn't huge. This is 12 by 18. And so that's not huge by any means, but we do have huge. We have all the way up to 24 by 36. So that's 2 feet by 3 feet. Those are beautiful, beautiful framed boards, if I do say myself. I have 2 of them. So, man, if you ever made it over to my house, I could show you in person. They're gorgeous. All right, so here we've got a little clump. Get that in the trash. This is what happens. I love this color, and so it's a little bit not sticking in that. So you hear that sound, that like crinkling sound. That is not a good sound for me, because it means that one of my areas decided to unstick. And as I'm pushing down with this, that's what happened. It just decided to unstick. So I can see that there may be a little bleed through on this. Yep, in some different areas. But just like I fixed this one, I'm going to fix the bottom one. No big deal. Especially since this board is prepared by me because I waxed it. You do not wax every board. You don't need to wax chalkboards. This is a wooden board that my husband made for me. It's not, well, he made it. I painted it. I finished it. Once I get these little bubbles taken care of, we're going to move on to the fancifying of the word home. It's going to be awesome. Before I can do anything, I have to get that transfer cleaned and ready to be used again. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to clean it, but I'm going to show you my patterns. This is going to dry, and I can use my dryer for sure, but I can also set it aside, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this, I'll set it over here. It's kind of out of camera. So I'm going to show you, this is our patterns transfer set. So we have big circles, which is not going to work for tonight. We have kind of like loopy loops or M's or waves or whatever you want to call it. That is not going to work for tonight. We have little polka dots in kind of a bigger section. I am not doing polka dots tonight either. So, oh, here's another one that's kind of like just little zigzag patterns. Not going to use that tonight. I'm not going to use these. These look great on like Christmas ornaments. It's a really, really, really fun pattern. Oh, Jessica, thank you. I'm learning. Hey, Donna. Hi, Jan. Hi, Kim. Hi, Anita. Oh gosh, who did I miss? Jackson, Laura, and Diane. Hi, Diane. So I was gonna do this, and I'm thinking no, because of the color that I chose, I'm gonna do an accent of coral, one of my super favorite colors that we have. And so either the flowers or this little, I think it's called quatrefoil. If anyone wants to challenge me on that, go ahead. I'm really not sure, but I think it's called a quatrefoil, but maybe not. Maybe I'm completely, totally wrong. Okay, so banners are all used with an app that, it's actually a paid app. So you can PM me if you wanna learn about that, or you wanna know about it. Just let me know. Okay, so I need you to vote flowers or design. So, okay, so design A or B. Design B is the flowers. Design A is the one I think is called quatrefoil. Yes, Shannon, you would love the 36 by 24. In a big entryway, look adorable. I like the dots too, but not for tonight, but I do love the dots and I will be using them eventually. Okay, so you need to vote, and what I need to do is remove these, set those there, and get my other transfer so that I can get it cleaned and dried and ready to use again. So those of you who have never, ever seen me clean and dry a transfer, I just took it out of my water. It still has a little bit of chalk on it. Usually you can get it all off in the water, but I was kind of rushing. So I'm grabbing a wipe, a disinfectant wipe, like any brand that you want. So I have Members Mark brand, but you can use anything you want. You can use Clorox, Lysol, name brand, Walmart brand, Target brand, anything. So I've cleaned the front. Now I'm drying this off, flipping it over, and I'm cleaning the back. This is the sticky part, and this wipe helps to bring back the sticky. Okay, so everything's clean. What I want to do is I need to dry it. So I'm going to stick it down onto, this is a nonstick mat. You could also stick it down to like your plastic table. It would work pretty similar. And I am just literally drying it with a towel. Hi Kelly, hi Lisa, hi Melody. Oh my goodness. Okay, so dry it with the towel. And then the only thing still a little bit wet is the sticky side, which I'm gonna just air dry for a second. Okay, so here we go, here we go. Because this next part, okay, did we vote? How many A's did I get? I got a lot of A's. You guys want me to do this one, not the flowers. Okay, that should be fairly easy. So here we go. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take my, oh, make sure this is dry. It feels good and dry. I'm going to take this and wait, which way do I want to do it? Like this. And I'm going to lay it on top of here. So you can see, and I'm not pushing it down hard, but you can see it cuts off at the M. So I'm going to have to do this twice, and that's okay. Now I'm lining my letter or my home back up over top of this. Okay. So you can reline. So I'm double, did you guys see this? I'm double transferring it. I've got 2 transfers. And I'm going to use my coral because I just love this color and I feel like it'll go well with the kind of like the chocolate brown and the sand color. Are you guys ready? Karen, PM me and I will tell you all about my mat. I'm going to give 1 spritz of water. Okay, here we go. Maybe I need 2, maybe I need 1 more. It's nice and smooth, which I love. What did I just do? I got a little bit of my water up there. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put some coral down. Oh, I'm going to clean this off. Oh, no, I have a clean one right here. Here we go. This is my favorite edge. I have to use like the same edge all the time. Okay. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Hope. Hi, Olivia. I am spreading out the coral the same areas that I had done. And I'm going up to here where it kind of cuts off. I need a tiny bit more, a tiny bit more to finish this. Okay, and then I'm going to lift this. I'm going to stick this down here, lift this, and I need to move it over, but I probably should clean these real quick. Do you see what's happening? Isn't that awesome? I'm going to clean this really quickly. This is my real quick cleaning method. I spray it. I use my Lysol wipe or whatever brand. And dry it with my towel. You guys know every time I chalk, I have literally a towel on my lap. Okay, so this looks good. Set that aside. Now let's, I probably could get away with not cleaning this one. The trick is now I kind of want this dry, but I want to line up my quatrefoil. So let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can do that. Perfect. Okay, so I lined it up with some that I had already done, and it follows all the way over here. Okay, now I'm going to line up my E and my M as best I can. Okay, I can see it all. It looks very good. Going to add my coral. Such a pretty color. And I'm going to finish this puppy. Okay, there we go. I hope ta-da! Okay, now the cool thing is that it kind of looks like baseball numbers, which is totally not what I was going for. But I could hold it, but can you see, you can see the design. Now, these would have been more vibrant of a design, but this is still a super cool design. If you had even something thicker, for example, let's say you have a really big flower and you wanted to maybe put some kind of cool polka dot design on your flower. You can double layer these and it turns out really, really awesome. So patterns are your friend. Be creative with them. You don't need to just chalk a pattern. You definitely don't. You can overlay these. I could have done it up there as well, but I just kind of wanted to do one and show it off how it was done. And you guys pick the pattern. If these letters were a little bit thicker, you would have seen more. Christy, thank you. If they were a little thicker, you would have seen more of the pattern. But from afar, I'm looking at my screen and not necessarily at my board. It looks good. Like I can see that the pattern is going over and over. Something a little tighter, this would have been definitely more visible throughout. Had I started from like start to finish, you would have seen these stripes in there. So be creative. Definitely you want to get your patterns and be creative with what you do. So really now the possibilities are endless. I just totally doubled, right? I doubled the amount of stuff you have because you can do it plain, but then you can do it patterned. And there are so many different patterns that come in the pattern transfer. I say that is a must-have for anyone who is, especially for the big words. I think it looks really cool. When it was Halloween time, you may not have been with me at that time, but I made patterned pumpkins. They looked so cute. I'm telling you, such a great idea. The patterns, again, we've got the little flowers, the little zigzags. This one, which I think is adorable, I did it on the ornaments. This one I love too. Now I did this one on a word. This is like, I don't know, what do you call it? Is it like toile or something? Or that's just my inexperience of naming things. This is just like a doodle, big circles, and then of course we have the tiny circles. If I did polka dots, it would have gone over in one fell swoop. I would have been able to just stick that down because this is a larger one and the other ones are small. but you can line them up just like I did. And so damask, thank you, my goodness. Yes, I knew it was a word I knew, and it doesn't pop into my head after school. It's hard enough to be like on it when I am at school with my students, but after school, poof, my brain is like out the window. Okay, thank you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed this one. Try it out for yourself. Get the patterns. They're awesome. And don't be afraid, because what will you do if you don't like it? You can just wash it off and start over. Okay? So thanks for watching. Make sure you share this if you loved it. And if you are not in my Chalk Nation and you are a customer, please get there. Comment that you want to join Chalk Nation and I will get you in there. Everybody have a great Monday night, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.